What's going on, YouTube? So today we're going to be installing the PowerDrive 2000 watt power inverter. Be hooking it directly to the battery. I got this one from Pilot, I think it was, the truck stop. Got some other stuff laid out here, as you can see. I bought some loom. This is longer cables, electrical tape, a cutter for this really thick wire. These I'm not going to be able to use today. I do have these are heat shrinks. I can't, you see I'm at a hotel. I can't where is it? So I got a heat gun. I just need to shrink those with. You probably use a lighter. I might try it. I'll put them on for now, and I'll have to go back later and do them, but this inverter's not working. That goes into the cigarette lighter. It keeps blowing the fuses, so that's not going to work. Drill bit, drill a hole, some bolts, 2 things of silicone. This one's new. This one's, I had this already, so we'll go start with this one. I got a fuse, and I got a backup fuse, some connectors, zip ties. Miscellaneous tools laid out here. Drill, obviously, breaker bar, 1/2 inch. Also, take the batteries and connectors off. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start here at the box. Start unboxing this. You immediately see you got your owner's manual. I kind of read this already, so I'm not going to get into grave detail about that. And you have your actual unit. This does come with a standard, I think this is a 2 or 3, it ain't a 3 foot, I think it's 2, some kind of foot. It's not long enough, those are longer, so I'm not going to probably be using this. We'll see. I might not. This is a cable. The face of this will come off, and you can mount this somewhere else, like the display. I don't know why you need to do that. I'm not going to. 4 plug sockets and 2 USB, 2.4 amps. Without further ado, let's continue. We're going to go ahead and get straight to the meat and potatoes. Get our drill bit. I've already selected, where's my knife? Yeah, there you go. I've already selected the point where I want to go, put my wires at. So we're going to start there and kind of get that in. I'll get the hole in and then run the wires. And then I'll decide which one I want to use. You can pick up this bit right here for about $6 at Home Depot. I'll drill you a nice perfect circle. You really don't want to get crappy bits or crap in general. I'm going to attempt to not have to cut the floor and just drill right through that too. Keyless chuck. This, I'm using the DeWalt 20 volt lithium ion max. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this panel off. Got Cascadia, they all call it the same way. Couple cotter pins, and then just pop up these yellow tabs, and this panel will come right on off like that. Alright, we're gonna lay that down there, and then now you have direct access to the batteries. So these kind of need to be cleaned off a little bit. Not too bad. Hopefully that's a good view. You can see you got 4 batteries set up. We're probably going to use these batteries have, that's different. We'll probably use this one right here. Got some corrosion. These need to be cleaned really good. What's in here? Is that a fuse? It's a 100 amp fuse. I don't know what's boosting off of that. That might be that bunk heater, because this truck's got a bunk heater. It's probably what it is. Anyway, without me getting into other stuff too much, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a place right under there where this is. And I'm going to drill directly behind it, because there's some cross members and some other things under here that you don't want to hit. So we're going to drill about right here. think this is all the way up. It's kind of in the way. Yeah, there's a hiccup. This thing needs to be out of the way. There's no way to really move that. So we're on drill. And I'm going to drill enough. All right, and I'm going to back out of it, and I'm going to remove the flooring out of the bit. This is preference. You don't have to do this the way I'm doing, but I don't want this in here when we start eating down into the metal. See, I can't back that out. Yep. Have to kind of pick this out of here. Be careful that you don't start grinding on the teeth of the blade. You don't want to make it dull. All right. Cleaned it out of there a little bit. And see, now we're just working with the floor. This is going to be an easy one. It's already drilled a hole in the floor. I don't know if you can see that, but back in the hole. And we're through. Pretty easy peasy. I want to be careful that we're not messing up anything. I should have got those rubber grommets, because yeah, this is really sharp. We're gonna have wire on that. I got loom. I might probably have to double loom it. I'll double loom it right there. It has some rubber grommets. Probably should have got those. All right. Well, this will be a test, because this is the wire that it comes with. I don't think it's long enough. Could be wrong. If we're wrong, I get to save. I'm a wire cutters, man. Those, that's what I'm looking for. I get to save about 40 bucks. It's the price that I paid for that pack over there. But see, we'll take one of these. I don't think it's going to be long enough. If I'm wrong, we'll rejoice. Oh, let me see. That's about where I'm going to mount it. You know, which one's negative and which one's positive? Everything's red down here. I'm going to say that's the, yeah. Let me see something. Hopefully this don't blow my test light. I think this is enough. This won't be too many volts. I don't know if that's a good ground or not. A lot of corrosion down here. This should be a good ground. All right. So we're fed up. I'm gonna. All right. This is a different test light. I don't like this one. Yeah, I think that's the ground side, and this is the hot side. Pretty sure. Let me put that to the cab of the truck there. Oh, this is the hot side. I think so. Hope so. Freaking hate this test light. This thing's got 2 operations, and I really, when I bought it, it's my fault. Here, I'm gonna do this. All right. That turned red. So that, I'm gonna assume the red's the hot. I'm just assuming here, because this should be a ground. See, yeah, it is. We got red now. There we go. So this is the hot side, and this is the ground side. I don't know why that's green. It's weird. Green to me means that should be like the right way, but it's not. So This being the hot side of the battery, this is going to be our negative terminals. So let's see, just trying to see for that. Let me see that right there. These actually might be long enough. Where's the other one? Are these the same length cables? Yeah, they're exactly the same. And stick that in there. There we go. Get our piece of metal shaving out of there. See, as long as the positive, and it is, it's on the bottom, so that'll reach. That's good. We're going to use these. There should be an auxiliary ground for this. Yeah, right here. This is the additional ground. So this nut right here has to be grounded as well. That's just a ground to the frame, preferably the frame of the truck or the side of the battery box. We'll probably put it to the side of the battery box right there if we can get it in there like that. All right, so the next thing, oh, well, these are already got heat tubing, heat shield on it, so I don't even have to do it. Do those have it on there? Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Cool. Let's make sure my loom will fit down in my drilled hole. We're going to use this to protect the wire and also kind of cover up that hole space and that hole so that'll fit. And we'll put a silicone seal around it. Make sure our wires, I know they will, but just double tapping. So they're good. Now you don't want to hook anything up to the batteries until this is drilled up and installed. All this is kind of pretty much done up. Then we'll hook it to the battery because you don't want to cause any sparks or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and install this. These should just pop off. Yeah, that thing's tough. I don't know if this is the right size on here. This is from my previous. Huh, look at that. Promise I did not know that. Oh, that's a 13. It's really odd, but that's the same one. This is like a lock. Yeah, it's a lock washer that's on there. There we go. You don't want to put a washer between here and there. You want this post to rest directly on here. If you put it under here, that's fine, but you need this post to make direct contact with that. And this really probably needs to go, where's this at? No, it'll be fine this way. We'll do it like that. This isn't a lock nut. I thought that was a lock nut. It's just kind of hard to get off there. I'll just quickly grab some channel locks. Before I do that, actually, let's pause on the locking of that down. We'll go ahead and install this one real quick. Both of these want to be doozies to get off. Alright. Let's do it the same way. Install this directly to the post. Nothing in between it. Can this fit on backwards afterwards? I'm actually going to install this cable the opposite way. So we'll leave the tag on. It'll be inside the truck. You see right here, this says 200 amp. I don't know if you can read that. That's the fuse that we're going to put on here that I'm seemingly forgetting to install. I forgot all about the fuse. Glad I just saw that. I'm going to put the fuse. Look, I did it again, people. I'm going to put the fuse in the inside of the truck so it's protected from the elements. We got to get that installed. I'm going to take this off anyway. Jesus. See, we're doing this on the go here. Not an expert. Forgot a step. We're going to backtrack. Ah! So we have to go over here and install that fuse. All right. Let's see, that'll be right there. So we're gonna want to put it about here. Not gonna make this too complicated. Look at the tag came off. There goes that idea. All right. This wire cutter is rated for this gauge wire. So all we're going to simply do is cut this about right here. Just simple, nice, smooth, easy cut. Just like so. Where'd my knife go? Where'd my knife go? There's too much stuff right here. Too much stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab our brass connectors and you're gonna wanna measure these. All right, so all right, so we're gonna go and hammer this one on the cement. Because I don't have the commercial device to do this. You can get it if you like, but I don't have it, and I'm not gonna buy one. Alrighty, I'm just gonna drop this through here, make this easy on ourselves. Tie this off right here, and then I'm gonna do a final test with the test light to make sure that's a ground. Say this side was hot, or that is not a ground at all. Thought that would work. But it's not gonna work either. Huh. Where do I want to put it? It's not gonna ground it either. Just double verify our test light is working. I'm not trying to drill any holes. I'm trying to find something. It's got to drill into this, to the battery box. This is generally a ground. It's weird that that's not grounding. All right, YouTube. So we found a better ground. Pull this plate up right here. This thing's trash under here, man. But I just got this truck. This just really, it's just, ugh. Should have cleaned this out. God, man, look at this crap. I had to come back in here after this video and really just do a deep clean. But we're gonna keep installing this. I'd like to just really use that existing hole. Let me see, I got some self-tapping screws. See if one of these will fit in that hole. I'll just break this. I'm gonna put this in another container anyway. Alright. I don't think that's gonna work. That looks too small. Way too small. Where did the drill bit just go? This is why you should work organized and not sloppy like I'm doing. This is sloppy. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Can't find anything when you want it. There it is. All right. Self-tapping screws, if you're not familiar with them, you don't have to drill a hole. It's got that special bit on the end. It's gonna do the work for you. You just gotta get a nice start on it. And it'll eat it right down in just like that. All right, so we'll ground that right there. And the other end of this, will be grounded to the inverter. All right, I found those connectors. I think I did, if I can remember. They were just right here. There you go. We'll still grab the hammer just in case this one wants to be a butt like the rest of them. Yep, it's already wanting to be a butt. This one's being worse of a butt than the other ones. See if I can get this one hammered down. This surface doesn't help. I need a hard surface. Let's do this. Still not good enough. All right, so we're going to resort to the other one because that one was at least. What did I do with them? I think I got passenger seat. It's gonna be a long video on the count of me screwing up every 5 minutes, huh? We're gonna get it done though. Yes, we are. I said I've never installed one of these before, and I could probably do this with more proper tools. It'll be quicker. If you have the proper tools, I urge you to use them. Oh, I had a whole pack of those. Huh. I wonder if these are any better. I like the ones that just press, man. These things suck. I don't know why these are so hard. I'm gonna have connectors everywhere in a minute. Let's see if these are any better. I doubt it. This is the same style as that other one. A real hard one to press. This one's gonna be just as bad. Oh, if not easier. Yeah. Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. That got it. Alrighty. So we're gonna bring the inverter back over. We got that on. I'm not gonna install the self-tapping screws to put this on the wall yet. That's the easy part. I am gonna pull these off. I don't know why there's so many. I'm assuming they want this to go. That's a lock nut. There's the grounding stud. Won't try and take that off. Put a washer on one side of it. Ground here. Washer. Put these back on the way they came off. This is a machine screw. I mean, there's a bunch of little threads, so be kind of careful we don't strip it. I don't know why this one's so difficult to get on. I'm not gonna put that on. No, they're all just being difficult, huh? It's probably the same one. Oh, that thing down there is spinning. Why is that spinning? This is going to want to be difficult too. Another difficult part. I don't know why that's spinning. It is. There we go. This grounding stud should be tight to the body. It should not be loose like this. Like it is. It's almost like it's fractured off in the inside. It should not be like this. Why is this doing this? We're gonna grab this. I want to make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Yep, that's useless. Useless! Like, this is about the app. Yep, useless. Alright, let's keep fighting with it. For some reason, that's wanting to back off. As I turn this one on, you do it opposite ways, that one just falls off. This is really irritating me. And now it wants to work. How stupid. Don't know why that was doing that. That was really being a butt. It's still loose under there. I should have installed this first. I didn't think this was going to be this much of a problem. Jeez, man. All right. It's not as tight as I want it. We'll come back to that. Stick these through. Those will be back a little further because I'm going to mount this about here on the wall. That's about where I want that. Alright. So they'll come. That's almost perfect. That'll be there, and then this will be here. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the hot wire first. That way, if it touches something, it will be okay for the ground. Peel the hot wire off. Kind of want to avoid putting the ground wire on first. Shouldn't do that. What size we got there? I had a 9/16. That one was a 13. Let's see if we can't find a 9/16. If there's any washers on these, you want to make sure that we make a connection directly to the paddle here. Oh, that's hot. Fire in the wire. That scared me. You see me jump, man? That's good. That's definitely a hot wire. I wasn't ready for that. All right. I'm just going to screw this back down. I think it's stuck in there. Nice get grease. Come on out of there. Where's that thing at? Yeah, that'll get that out. Push that off. Alrighty. A little bit of action. This has been a relatively boring video, hasn't it? But if you're wanting to hook one of these up, this is too easy. See, I'm taking some ghetto shortcuts. Don't be like me. Just get that snug. You don't have to break the, well, you don't want to break off the stud. All right. Sure, you're using the same battery, so the negative's on the right post, and that's not the actual post. This is the actual post. That's just a junction. I can tell because it starts moving when I try to break that seal. We'll wound this. I don't like when I'm messing with the batteries to be moving this ratchet. So you don't want to hit something. The way we're doing this, it's not as bad because it won't happen. Nothing will spark. I got a lot of grease on this thing. Should have had gloves on. It's just connecting grease to make sure you're promoting a good connection. All right. So we're gonna place this one this way. It's the way I want this one to lay. All right. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with our battery box going back on. That's what I'm worried about. Now, you see kind of how where these wires are resting? It's kind of in the way. Battery box on this truck, they put that fuse there. I'm gonna have to eventually move that. I don't know why that's mounted like that, but it doesn't allow the battery box cover to go on correctly. This is an old Snyder truck. There's a few weird things that they've got going on that they've done that I'm not a fan of. All right, so there's that. So we're gonna go ahead and try to power this on. See if we get electrocuted or not. So we're gonna power it on, and it comes on. All right, it's going through its cycles, 12.5. It's good voltage, so we're good. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and turn that back off. All right, just let that rest right there. Now I'm gonna work from the bottom up. I'm gonna try to get the battery box back on. Then I'm gonna work with the loom, and then we're gonna mount this on the wall. See, I was telling you guys about this cover. For some reason, I don't know what they were doing or thinking when they did this, but this thing is in the way from this battery box cover closing correctly. And so are these wires. Now I've created an impedance. I almost want to cut this out, and I'm probably going to, so this can rest down. See how that's coming out of the battery box like that? That should not be like that. Don't know why they did that. Honestly, why that's mounted like that. But it's the same way that I did the inverter. All right. I mean, honestly, I might just leave that like that for now. Let me see how much space. Yeah, it can still be mounted. All right. So we're gonna leave that like that for now. And then I'm gonna go grab some loom. Gonna cut approximately this much. Go ahead and fit this on the wire. Get it as snug as possible. And we're going to attempt to bring this up through the drilled hole. Just kind of work it until it starts coming. Good. And the only purpose of this is to protect the wire from fraying on the metal. All right, this isn't a water seal. It's not the point. Grab a couple ties. I will be putting an APU on this truck probably in the next month or two. Looking at purchasing a Thermo King So this is not going to be draining the batteries. You definitely don't want to do that. Start adding a lot of stuff that's just going to kill your batteries. Alright, so 2 on top, and I want to place 2 below. Can't really see where I'm working under here, but we're putting a zip tie on the loom directly below the hole to keep the loom intact, because it does have an opening on it. You do need to make sure you try and zip tie that up to keep it intact. All right. Now the next thing, before I place the silicone, I want to mount this to the wall. All right, that's going to be a simple drill installation with some self-tapping screws. So we'll get 1, 2, 3. I think the mount has 1 hole in the bottom. If it has 2, we'll place 2 at the bottom. I don't think it does. It does have 2. So we'll place 2 at the bottom. We're going to get inside the truck. Alrighty. I told you guys I still gotta do some good cleaning here. Alright. Gotta do some good cleaning. See if I can't get you guys mounted right down here. Sweet. Alrighty. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get down here too. Be a really good idea to have some help doing this. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place 1 here. And I'm going to use this as an anchor to help me. So that one's kind of holding it. Then we're going to move to the bottom and place 1 at the bottom. Now, this is a tight space to work in. I need the seat taken out to do this really good. I can't get down here. Well, that's good. And we're going to place 4, so 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. I gotta go get 1 more screw. Ready? 1 second, guys. Let me grab another screw. All right, and we're gonna place our final screw up top. Yeah, that one's not wanting to cooperate. Come on. Alright, here we have it. That part's nice and secure. I'm going to do the silicone job from up here. This is a great vantage point. Alright, you see it's working. We're properly mounted and installed. Alright, so let me grab some silicone and we're going to start working on that hole. Alrighty, well, we are back. We're gonna start working with this hole right here. I'm gonna put gloves on. I don't want silicone all over my hands. Do I have plastic ones still? I do. These would be better. I want to use my work gloves. Just regular standard gloves. I keep these in my truck when I'm cooking. It's kind of hard to keep your hands clean, you know, going from meats to ready to eat food, so you don't want to cause cross-contamination. Let's blow this area out a little bit. Alrighty, free up debris and all that stuff, and then I'm just gonna start right around the base. We're gonna give it a nice thick coat of material, just like that. And I'm gonna work this around the side with my fingers. All right. I don't have the applicator tip that came with this, and that's all right. Not a big deal. I'm gonna change this glove. That one's getting kind of messy. Whew. His entire job's been messy. I'm gonna have to go back and clean that up. Not a huge deal. Get you some should just come right up. Actually, you just pull this stuff up. It'll come up pretty easily. I get around the back side of that. Down at the bottom. We don't want air seeping into the cab right here. This is a messy way to do this. I'm gonna have to go back and clean this up once it's dry, but it's all right. And I'm just gonna place a nice coat there. I'm using the tube to fancy that up a little bit. I'm somewhat satisfied with that. I'll probably work with this later and give it another layer, but you're not going to really be able to get at the bottom of this and do that. You can if your truck allows you to. I recommend it to do top and bottom, but you know, you really should probably work some silicone in there like that, and then work with this hole and maybe shove some in there. But I'm not going to go that far. We'll see what happens. Should be able to keep dry in here. Shouldn't be able to be leaking any water. So we should be a-okay on that respect. And besides that, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because it's kind of been long. But you kind of see how it's not difficult to do it yourself. Little learning curve, you know, doing it, but we got it installed and it is working properly. So that's all that really matters. You know, to me personally, that's all that matters. I don't have anything to plug up in here right now to show you guys that it is working properly. But let me see. Actually, here's our heat gun. This one you got a hole to come on. This thing's got Bluetooth and all kinds of stuff with it. You know, I'm not probably going to be using a Bluetooth connection, but you see it's working properly. Alright, so that's all that you can ask for. It's installed, it's waterproof, it's airtight. Probably will work with my battery connectors later. I'm going to kind of shore that box down a little bit, probably maybe cut into that canister. I'm not sure if I'll do that. We'll see. I might just leave it like it is. But like, subscribe, share. Check us out on Facebook at Truckers on Court. I will put a link to that in the description box below. And like I said, this is the PowerDrive 2000 watt inverter, and it can be obtained from Pilot for about $170. Or no, it was more than that. I think this thing was like $300. I used Pilot points. I paid about $150 out of cash with it. But with that being said, you can check out the Pilot. They got different source sizes. They all install the same pretty much. Check us out on Facebook. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, and we'll be coming back to you with more videos. Have a good day, guys.